Hello, my sewing friends. This is Friday Sews. I'm Jen, and this is my sewing room. And so welcome to Friday Sews, where I talk about everything I've been sewing in the past week, everything I'm doing this weekend, and on into next week, which is a very busy time for all of us, isn't it? Because it's mid-December already. Oh my gosh, man, this month has flown, hasn't it? And I have a lot of sewing to accomplish between now and probably the 22nd of December. Whew. I think it's pretty quick kind of sewing though. Some of it is stuff I've never done before. Like I want to make leggings for one of my daughters who does a lot of yoga. And I made a list, didn't I? There's a t-shirt dress I need to make for one of them. And I'm making bralettes for all of them. So yeah, got a lot to do. My vlogs, my Friday Sews vlogs, have been a little heavy on the life lately. And so I thought I'd go a little heavy on the sewing, especially since I got a lot of sewing done this past week. Wow, I was sewing all day yesterday. And I looked down at my sewing machine and I thought, I love this. I love this so much. All those times that I wished that I had time to do nothing but sew all day, I have that time now, and it is wonderful. I had a friend one time in college, and she said, you know, I used to go to bed at night and there would be fabric all over the floor, and then I would wake up the next morning and there would be a dress. And I took that as such a compliment, because that's the love of sewing. You know, I used to be a night owl and I would sew all night or into the wee hours. And I don't know, I've just kept it up all these years because I realized I love it. I love the creative process. And in fact, that very college roommate is an artist of some considerable talent, certainly. And I could only aspire to be as creative as she is. But yeah, Becky Weimer, in case you ever hear of a popular artist, and that's her, she's amazing. Okay, so I got a lot of sewing done, and I did sew all day yesterday. I worked on my Christmas skirt and top, and I will tell you what those are, but I will also go into more detail in their own video. And the skirt is a hack of McCall's 7131, which is culottes. I made it into a skirt, a maxi skirt. And then the top is Simplicity 8601. I wanted something that tied in the front, and I've done this once before, but Sharon of Sharon Sews has done it several times, and she did it in a knit, and I thought, ooh, that's a good idea. Didn't end up using a knit. I used a crepe de chine, but I still think a knit is a great idea. Speaking of Sharon from Sharon Sews, she is back. She had COVID. And boy, it knocked her down. And she still is kind of recovering. I can see it in her when I watch her. But she did a Friday Sews, so be sure and check her out. I'll link her below. So I had to go fabric shopping because I wanted to make this skirt and top. And I didn't know what I wanted. I walked around Joann's for like 2 hours. Debating, texting my girls and saying, what do you think? What about this? And man, I was all over the place, from red and green cotton to, what else did I look at? I looked at rayon, I looked at stretch velvet, and I settled on this flannel. And I know this doesn't look very Christmassy, but the idea is it's Christmas morning. So I wanted something soft and comfortable, and I ended up finding that. And then I found this sanded satin crepe de chine, or crepe. I don't know. I'm not sure what it's called, but it was sanded satin, polyester, beautiful, just soft as butter, beautiful. So I got that done yesterday. Both things, believe it or not, they went really quickly. In fact, that culottes pattern, once you take that center front and center back seam out, man, it's like bam, and you're done. I am doing a collaboration with Kristen at the Dahlia Society. I just watched her latest video, and she is such a doll. I just love her. I could watch her all day long. And she is a master of indie patterns. This woman knows all of them from everywhere. And the collaboration we're doing is where I picked a big 4 pattern for her and she picked an indie for me, and then we both decided to use the same kind of fabric because our dresses are similar. And so she picked up bubble crepe, and we wanted it to be kind of festive. So I found this on fabric.com and I ended up ordering it through Amazon. It's kind of festive. It's kind of Hawaiian, kind of tropical, but still festive, I thought. It's not red and green, but it is certainly green. And I found it on fabric.com, and they own, Amazon owns fabric.com. So you can also find the same kind of stuff usually on Amazon. And Amazon prices it slightly higher, and then but you don't have to pay for shipping if you have Prime. And on fabric.com, you do pay the shipping, but the difference in the price makes it pretty, comparable. Well, I wanted this fast. I wanted to get it done. So I ordered it from Amazon, and I had it in like 2 days. So finished that up this week. I'll tell you about it in the collab video. I ordered a pattern, the Itch to Stitch Mountain View jeans, and I ordered these because I have a pair of Levi's stretch denim jeans that have like an elastic waistband at the top, and they've got that power mesh underneath that kind of pulls your tummy in, and I love those jeans, and I can't find them, and they need to be Levi's. They can't just be any old brand because Levi's fit me. You find the brand that fits and you stick with it. And they always have, because I am not pear-shaped. I'm more apple-shaped, and my hips are slimmer. And so that manufacturer makes jeans that fit me. So I can't find them anymore, and I wanted to find some kind of a pair that I could make, because I thought, well, that's the beauty of sewing, isn't it? We can make them fit us. They're custom made. So I saw these Itch to Stitch pull-on jeans, and I thought, oh yeah, that's what I want. Well, there are a couple things about this that I don't want. One is a center back seam and up the back of the legs, and I don't like that. Although Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery has made these and has said that they're really flattering, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sold. Also, these have a very, very wide waistband at the top, and I don't think I want it that wide. I want it more, not quite that wide, maybe an inch less, and I want to raise the yoke in the back so that the pockets sit more on your cheeks and not quite down so low. So I'll make some modifications to that, but I ordered fabric for it, although I can't remember where I ordered it from. I think it was fabric.com. I'm not sure. It's a stretch denim, and I think it's a Telio stretch denim. And I also ordered a couple of pieces of fabric, which are polar fleece, and I did those for a collaboration I'm doing with Emily from SoCal Socialite. And I kind of went out on a limb a little bit, did a little bit of a fun thing rather than the standard think it through and, make it look great kind of thing. I just thought, oh, I'm in the mood for a little bit of fun. So she and I are going to make the same pattern, but we're doing it out of different fabrics. And then we each chose 5 patterns, and then I gave mine to her, she gave hers to me, and we chose fabrics, which was really interesting because she has a completely different aesthetic than I do. And she chooses completely different colors, and her coloring is very different than mine. So, oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you what we did. It's going to be so fun. I noticed that I have a duster made out of this in my closet. It is from Simplicity 8059, and I love this pattern and I love the duster, but I made it to go with some pants, or I made pants to go with it, really, and I never wear the pants. I probably could now, but I don't know. I'm not wild about them. They fit fine. They fit great, but I don't know. I just don't wear pants that often. And so I was thinking about it, and I thought, what could I wear with that duster? And then I realized there's a dress on this pattern, so I should just do that. So I think I'm going to look for some cotton interlock, maybe, or just some cotton knit that's this lipstick pink color. This has a lot of colors in it. It's got that lipstick pink, it's got a paler pink, it's got a gray, and it's got some green. And so I think I'm going to go for the pink because I'm a pink kind of person. So I should have taken that with me to, or a piece of this with me to Joann's when I went, and I forgot. So yeah, I'll look for that another time. The ongoing saga of the Hawaiian dress. Oh my gosh, it just sits there on that poor little dress form all lonesome and looking at me like, are you ever going to finish me? Well, you know, I finished it. It didn't fit really quite right, and so I took the bodice off, made another one, and it doesn't fit quite right. But this pattern that I made with Kristen, this indie pattern that she picked for me, I love the bodice, the way it fits. And so I think I have just enough of this left that I think that I'm gonna cut yet another bodice and give that a try. And the beauty of that is that it's like the dress I'm wearing right now. It's gathered in, it's a tiered skirt that's gathered into the bodice. So, you know, it's easy to take off and then just gather again and, you know, start all over. It does have a zip up the side right now, so I'll just take that out and sew up the side seam and it'll be fine. I have to show you this. I got this knit for my Christmas dress, which is Butterick 6411 that I'm going to make. And it's a beautiful knit. And do you see something going on here? This is my Christmas dress that I found at Walmart last year. It's a rayon. I did not realize that I got exactly the same thing, except this is knit. Oh, I felt like such an idiot. But you know, at the same time, I thought, who cares? So I have two, you know, polka dot dresses in red. Yeah, whatever. A couple of other odd and end kind of things. I made my my best friend some masks out of all different fabrics. She chose these out of my scraps, and you know, she's a frontline worker. She's a nurse. She's actually a nurse practitioner, and so she spends all day in a mask and a face shield and the whole 9 yards. And so I said, well, pick some stuff out, because we went shopping and she needed a mask because she had forgotten hers. And so I just gave her mine, and it was just one of these little cotton 3D masks. And I said, here. And she said, oh, I like this. I can breathe in this. And I said, well, keep it. So she said, will you make me some more? And I said, heck yes. So she dug through my scrap box, my tub container, and she picked out 2 quilting cottons, 1 old sheet, which is also a cotton, a knit, like a cotton poly knit, and then a polyester crepe de chine. Like, what? But I figure she knows what she's talking about. So I made her 5 little masks, and those are going to go to her. So, yeah, that was that. This is a wonderful gift that was sent to me by Viv Mom, and because I needed a clapper, and this has got that sleeve pointy thing on it, and it was always so big and cumbersome, and I thought all I need is the clapper, because I was working on that, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And I didn't like how it had this thing on it, so I took it off. It had a dowel on this end and then a dowel here, and so I just kind of broke that one off and sanded it down. And I can put this back on if I need to, but I'm not going to, I don't think. And so now I have a much more manageable clapper. And I found this at Walmart when I was looking for measuring cups, and it's another Instant Pot trivet, but it was $2. $2. I couldn't get over it. It's actually made by Instant Pot. It's silicone, it's a trivet. And so I took the one I bought previously and took it and put it in my Instant Pot. And now I have like a roasting rack for that, and this is yellow and smaller, so it's a great little rest for my iron, and it won't melt because it's silicone. This I did sort of kind of finish this past week. It is McCall's 7871. And I wanted to have it finished for a party that I was going to last weekend, and I didn't end up wearing it because I just, you know, you kind of have to get to a point where you go, there's some things wrong with this, and I don't want to kill myself and rush and then still not have it right. So I just stopped. But there's a problem with the pocket down here, and so I'll give it its own video and tell you all about it. This is the stretch velvet that I found at Hobby Lobby, and then I cut the nap going the wrong way in the front. Oh gosh. I found one more yard and I was able to cut it on the cross grain. And so I asked my husband if there looked like a color difference, and he said no. And I said, okay. I didn't tell him why, but anyway, so he confirmed to me it was going to be fine. And so I said, good. So I'll tell you about that in another video. I'll give it its own video because there were things about that I want to talk to you about with regard to this pattern and what I think that should change with the way these people did this pattern. Okay. Last week I talked about decorating my Christmas tree, and I couldn't find my little Singer sewing machine ornament. I've had that thing for 30 years and I couldn't find it. And I thought, oh man, if that thing is gone, I am going to be so sad. Well, I was out in the garage this morning and I was looking through Christmas stuff because I was going to hang our wreath that goes out in the front yard. And I saw this Ziploc bag with some tissue papery kind of stuff inside. And I thought, what is that? So I went to unwrap, like I pulled stuff out, and look what I found. I found some other Christmas ornaments too, but I found my little sewing machine. Yay! I've always been really careful about putting this back because it's small and it tends to want to get lost in the tree. Well, it's just precious to me. It's a little antique Singer. So yeah, I don't even remember where I got it or who got it for me, but it's precious to me. So I'm glad I found it. So that's going to go on the tree, and along with this, which I got recently, and I don't remember, probably a couple, 3, 4 years ago, probably at the end of Christmas, like when everything went 90% off or something like that. And it's just a little dress form, but I thought, oops, sewing, that needs to go on the tree too. So that is it. That is everything. One last life update. Plans have changed again. 2020 is all about going with the flow. Turns out California, Ohio, and Indiana are 3 of the states that have really shifted into lockdown again because the virus has flared up. Here in Florida, we're not locked down. And so they are in Ohio and Indiana, which is where we were going to go for Christmas. And so it turns out that my mom said, I don't think you better come because we're locked down. And I said, okay. So it turns out 5 of my 6 kids are coming to me. So man, I have got to scramble and put together my new guest room, the former sewing room. I have a bed in there, but the rest of it is just a mishmash catch-all room, which we all probably have. If you're an empty nester and you've got a house where you had kids and now you have bedrooms, and you just kind of throw stuff in there. I gotta clean that out. And actually, I think I'm gonna buy some furniture. Yes, I think I might. So got that to do, but that's it. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know how busy you are. I'm sure that you are sewing. And if you're in California or Ohio or Indiana or Minnesota or, all the other places that are locking down, I'm sure you have lots of time on your hands to sew. Let me know what kind of projects you're working on. And I'll talk to you in the comments. And that's it for now for me. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.